In China today, there are over 110 million single women, and many of them are labeled by society as leftover women. This term, shengnu in Chinese, refers to women who are unmarried past a certain age, often 27 or 30. Many of these women are well-educated, independent, and financially stable. But these very achievements become the reason they are seen as undesirable. You might not have realized it, but in China today, it's actually not the men who are hard to marry off, it's an increasing number of women. Across the country, the single population has already reached nearly 270 million, with over 110 million being single women. But here's the problem. Isn't it true that there are more men than women? Sure. But the reality is, there's been a wave of women from other countries coming to China. They're not after money, they don't demand a bride price, and they're not materialistic. Of course, Chinese men are willing to choose them. Meanwhile, local women, especially those over 30, find dating as exhausting as playing ranked matches in a competitive game, and they often get labeled as too good for some, not good enough for others. And look at the post-2000 generation. Wave after wave of young, attractive women are flooding the dating and marriage market, with no pressure at all. They're pushing out women born in the late 80s and early 90s. So stop saying things like, "I'm still young, I can wait." Now, many of these women want to settle down. They feel the pressure from family, friends, and society. Parents are constantly asking, "When are you getting married?" They bring them to matchmaking events, set up blind dates, and even hire professional matchmakers. Some women have gone on dozens or even hundreds of dates, hoping to meet someone who matches their values and lifestyle. Recent data shows that nearly 20,000 women born after 2000 have gotten married this year, while fewer than 2,000 men from the same generation have tied the knot. In other words, out of every 10 people born after 2000 who got married, 8 are women. Many of these young women are marrying men born in the 1990s or even older men from the 1980s. This is not good news for women born in the 80s and 90s. On one hand, the high-quality men in their age group are already married. On the other hand, they now have to compete with younger women born after 2000. And in offline matchmaking events, more and more of these younger women are showing up. One big reason is that Chinese men are no longer chasing women the way they used to. Many men today, especially those who are financially stable or good-looking, are choosing younger women. A 35-year-old man might prefer to date a 25-year-old woman instead of someone his age. These leftover women, no matter how successful, often get ignored in this. I was born in 1989, so I'm 36 this year, and I still haven't gotten married or had children. I really want to tell young women, if you meet someone suitable, just get married quickly. Don't listen to all that nonsense people say like, invest in yourself. Or, when you bloom, the butterflies will come. Before I turned 30, I worked hard and fulfilled a small part of my dreams. I bought a house, a car, renovated the house, and had some savings. But now, what does it all mean? I'm stuck, can't reach higher, but don't want to go lower. The men with better conditions than me look down on me. They want younger women. The ones who are on my level already have wives and children, and I'm not the type to break up someone else's family. As for men whose conditions are worse than mine, I'm not willing to settle down with them either. So realistically, the kind of person I can still marry, if he's even marriage material, would probably be someone who needs me to raise another woman's child. What makes it harder is that these single women still have high standards. They don't want to settle just because time is passing. They want a man who is at least as educated as they are, someone who earns well, is mature, has a house, and shares their values. They're not interested in becoming housewives or marrying a man just because he's available. The pool of men who meet these high standards is small, and most of those men have options. They can pick younger women with fewer demands. So they do. A harsh truth. If a woman has been single for a long time and she's not unattractive or ugly, just an average, decent-looking person, then if you date her, she's definitely a gem. Think about it. She looks fine, yet she stayed single for many years. What does that tell you? It shows she has good character, a clean social circle, she can endure loneliness, resist temptation, and would rather be alone than settle for less. Someone like that is a real treasure. At the same time, some men feel overwhelmed by the expectations of modern women. They say women today want too much: money, status, maturity, kindness, and good looks. Some men feel like they can't compete, especially if they're not wealthy or successful. So they avoid dating altogether, or they go for younger women who might not expect. Today my dad told me, hurry up and find someone to marry. Stop being so picky. The truth is, I really do want to get married. I really want to have a home, but it just feels so hard. It's not that I'm being picky, I'm just scared that after finally finding someone, it might turn out that being alone is actually better. So we're left with a strange situation. Millions of women want to get married, but they can't find a man who meets their standards. And millions of men want a partner too, but they won't rise to the challenge these women set. The result is a dating deadlock, one that leaves many people unhappy, confused, and alone. China will have over 100 million female bachelors in the future. But wait, wasn't it said that there are more men than women? Wasn't it reported that there are 30 million more men than women? Then how did so many female bachelors come about? Let me tell you, it's from drinking soup. What kind of soup? Toxic chicken soup. The first bowl: men are responsible for earning money to support the family, and women are responsible for being beautiful like flowers. The second bowl: if a man doesn't dare spend money on you, then he definitely doesn't love you. Only men who don't love you will expect you to be understanding. If he loves you, he'll let you act spoiled, throw tantrums. Your happiness is all that matters. The third bowl: where a man's money goes, that's where his heart is. After drinking all this, every woman thinks she's a fairy, a goddess, or Cinderella waiting for her prince to put a crystal shoe on her foot. Many men are truly overwhelmed, physically and emotionally drained. Some choose to give up on relationships, others get dumped. Meanwhile, women continue to live in their fantasy worlds.
I graduated with a master's degree from Zhejiang University. In 2 days, I'll be 37 years old. I've never been married, and I've never had children. Suddenly, I just want to be a parasite. I want to be a full-time housewife. I want to get married, have kids, take care of my husband and raise children. In the past few years, I was too focused on work and making money. I was determined to be independent, to be a strong, independent woman. I stayed up late every night, ruined my health, and lost my youth. Now I'm 37. I'm barely able to have children anymore. I'm considered an older mother, and I'm no longer attractive. The worst part is, I didn't even make much money. I don't have any real assets. I have nothing. No looks, no wealth, nothing. Now if I want to find a man with good conditions, would he even want me? I don't even have reproductive value anymore. Women who've already had their first child, if they're older and want a second one, it's still doable. But at my age, trying to have a first child is really difficult. If you say I should marry a divorced man with kids and be a stepmother, honestly, that just feels like a huge loss. Today is my 37th birthday. I'm celebrating it by myself. I spent the whole morning blowing up balloons and working on this lettering. Then I realized I can't get the lettering to stick to the wall.